YouTube, Season 4 Reloaded has dropped. Been a couple days. We've done the testing, and I got you the top 5 loadouts. Let's go. All right, you guys. So anyone that doesn't know what happened in Season 4 Reloaded, basically, Raven Software took just about every single gun in the game and reduced the time to kill on it. They think the time to kill is a little too fast in the game, and even after the changes, I think it's still too fast. I didn't notice too many of difference in like an everyday gameplay that really shows that time to kill change. There's a couple weapons that are towards the bottom of the time to kill list that really show like, hey, this is where it really should be balanced in my opinion, because you actually have to hit your shots. But there's still a couple guns in the game that I'm going to have on this list today where if you miss a couple shots, you still have a very good chance of getting kills. So let's just jump right into it, guys. Top 5 loadouts. Let's go. So I think YouTube is going to love this one. The PKM and Mac 10 coming in at number 5. Did I think the PKM was going to make a comeback anytime soon? No. But there's a lot of people out there that I've learned in my YouTube comments that love LMGs, and I'm not a big LMG lover. Don't get me wrong. Like, it feels good when you're aiming down sights, but it's just heavy and just lunky and giant, and it just doesn't feel great in my playstyle where I'm pushing people. But when you're down sights with this gun right now, it is insane. Like, it is so good, guys. I'll show you the build here. This build right here, you literally cannot go wrong with it. It just has zero recoil. Zero recoil, high damage, and to show you guys the high damage on it, I have JGod's stats here for the PKM. I know you guys are still looking at the build. I'll bring it back in a second here. But as of right now, in the entire game, it is the 5th fastest time to kill if you get one headshot. So, absolute beamer right now. It feels very good. It's easy to hit headshots because there's no recoil. And long range damage, man. You can't really go wrong with it. I've tested it out a little bit in Rebirth Island. I'm really excited to test it out in Verdansk. But I think this gun right now is extremely slept on, along with another gun that didn't make this video. You could do basically the same build, but you put the 60 round mag on the Bruin, and you're going to do just as fine too, because you can see the Bruin is literally 0.02 of a second faster time to kill. But this has a little bit less recoil, and you guys honestly love the PKM, so I was excited to put this in here. But I'm running with the Mac 10, which right now I think the Mac 10 is probably, if not the best SMG in the game, the second best SMG in the game, because it just has so much consistency. This build right here is my favorite build in the game currently. It has basically no recoil, and minimal recoil. None of these guns really have recoil in this game, and this one has technically no recoil, and has got good range with the task force barrel, Tiger Team Spotlight for the movement, all kinds of good stuff. If you guys want a little bit more closer range build, what you can do is take off the task force and you can throw on the striker grip and you can get a little bit more movement speed. So I'll show you guys different builds you can do going forward that some people do like, but these are my preferenced ones. So if you guys like that second build, you can go for that. But that's number 5, guys. Let's go on to number 4. All right, you guys, and coming in at number 4 today, guys, we have the OTS-9 along with the AK-47 long-range build. So this gun is very good right now, guys. Like, very, very good when you're in 0 to 10 meters. 0 to 10 meters, it's the 3rd fastest killing gun in the game and the absolute fastest SMG killing in the entire game. So it is an absolute beast. With this build, you get good movement. You have a serious range issue, though. So you need to use this gun and get inside buildings. If you're not, it's definitely worth leveling up because you know how they are with new guns. This gun isn't going to get nerfed. I don't even think it's broken because the downside of this gun is it has a 40 round mag. So you need to make sure you're on top of reloading and making sure you're balancing right, because you're really only going to get 2 kills. If you're in a close range fight where you need a little extra ammo, this gun really isn't for you. You need to have high precision accuracy to make this work, but it is very, very solid, guys. And then I ran it with the Cold War AK. The reason I combine these guns is because it's 2 guns where if you're not hitting your shots, it's just not going to work for you. This build right here has as minimal recoil as you can get for the Cold War AK, but it absolutely destroys in mid-range fights. That mid to long range, there's no gun in the game you're going to beat it with, especially if you hit a headshot. Like, when this thing hits headshots, it's like literally ripping someone's head off. So, you guys have not used this yet. I really recommend trying it. I do think this is a gun that we will see in the meta for pro players shortly. It's very, very good. You can run it as a secondary as well. I don't have it as a secondary in this, but I will talk about it as a sniper support and one other one that's coming up. But as of right now, you can see on this, it has the 2nd fastest time to kill if you sneak a headshot in, and it's ridiculous, guys. It is so good. So if you guys haven't tried it out, definitely give it a go, especially with this build. As minimal recoil as it's going to be, but the recoil is mostly vertical, so it's pretty easy. But go to number 3. All right, you guys, so I gave you guys a little hint at it. We have the Kar 98K here, which you can swap out for the Swiss if you'd like, because they're pretty much neck and neck right now, just mattering whatever one you want. Just make sure you're using the correct blueprint on the Swiss, because if you use a blueprint, the one that was from the Battle Pass, there's an issue with the reticle. But on the regular, no blueprint one, you're good. Kar 98K, I don't think there's much I need to say about this gun right now. It's the best sniper in the game for probably... for me personally, like a year now, but for most of the scene, about 6 months. It's been a beast for a while. I am expecting a nerf on this at some point to the flinch. I don't think it needs to get nerfed on damage. I don't think it needs to get nerfed on bullet velocity. I think just in general, like if they add a little bit more flinch to this gun, it's going to be way more balanced because you can really just run and gun with this sniper right now. It is so much fun. I absolutely love it. That's why you see everyone use it for quick scoping, because the flinch doesn't throw you off. But secondary here, I've been testing out the FFAR again, guys. It feels really good after the season. Honestly, it was my favorite sniper support they ever had in the game, and I think it's really slept on right now. But if you guys want to do substitute this with another weapon, you can substitute with the XM4, or you can substitute with the Cold War 8K. Those are my 3 picks for sniper supports right now. Some people are liking like the LC10 with it, but I don't think the time to kill is good enough on it unless you're sneaking in some headshots. But can't really go wrong with this right now, guys. It feels very clean. The only issue you have with this gun is like when you're like right up on top of someone, a lot of the SMGs are a little bit faster time to kill at the moment, which is great, but in medium range it's done just great. There's very minimal recoil on it. You can control it for the most part. Good movement. I love it, guys. If you guys haven't messed with it yet, definitely give it a go. Alrighty, guys, I'm going to give you guys a little bonus here right in the middle here. So we're not going to number 2 yet, but this is a bonus loadout. The Krig/Gallo, guys. The Krig right now, in my opinion, is a top 3 AR in the game. So it would make the top 5 list, but I don't think I wanted to put it on this list specifically. So I'm just throwing it right in between 2 and 3. It feels perfect here. This build right here has very minimal recoil. Very minimal. I really like the changes they made for this mil-spec barrel, or at least added the mil-spec barrel, I should say. Feels really good. Very minimal recoil. High damage. Time to kill on it is surprisingly lower than you'd think, but like with the little recoil it has, it's very, very, very viable right now. So definitely test it out if you guys have not already. And then none of the shotguns got changed, guys. So you could put any shotgun you want in this class. I personally just like the Gallo the most right now because I think it's the best in a 1v1 or a 1v3 situation. You only get 12 rounds and it takes forever to reload though. So that is the downside. You can throw the Jack 12 on here if you want to substitute for another one, or you can substitute it with the Street Sweeper. Those are probably the 3 best in the game right now. So if you guys do want to throw a shotgun on there, I really do like this Gallo class. It's super fun, and honestly, it's broken. It's really broken. I'm glad that the reload takes a while, because if it had a very fast reload where you just did it instantly, we would have some serious issues because it does crazy damage. And like, yeah, I can't really talk more about that class, but let's go on to the actual number 2. The actual number 2 on here for me is going to be the Amax and MP7. But the Amax got nerfed again. Yeah, but every other gun got nerfed in the game. So the Amax right now is actually in a very good spot. If you guys don't know the Amax build, this has been the build for a while now. If you guys want a little bit less vertical recoil, you can put the Merc foregrip on it, because it actually is the best one for this, surprisingly. You can actually put the Ranger on it too and you get similar recoil, but I think the Merc's actually better than it. But this build right here is pretty much what everyone ran for about 4 months. It was dominating the scene. And I run it with the T-Post sight. Can't go wrong with the Amax, as it does crazy damage. And you can see right here, for the people that want to talk, the Amax right now is right here on the list for time to kill. So it's not the highest in the game. It's not the lowest in the game. It's basically like right in the middle. But you can really just get people down very quickly. It's very competitive. So you see it's at 667. Fastest in the game up here is at 600, basically. So it's very competitive. You can see how much more competitive it is, because if you look at time to kill, it goes all the way down to like the 800s for like the Grau and stuff like that, which the M13 and Grau were both buffed on this and they're still that low. So I'm very sad about that. Very, very sad. But the Amax is in a very good spot. And then I should have kept that list here for you guys, but the MP7 didn't get changed, guys. So this makes it actually the 5th fastest time to kill SMG in the game. And if you guys know the MP7, this build has 0 recoil, like absolutely 0 recoil. So you can't go wrong with it. Like I personally think that some people might put this as their like go-to SMGs in some tournaments, because the 60-round mag on it has good ADS speed. It's got good range. It's got everything you want in an SMG. It's very all-around SMG, and you don't have to worry about stuff. Because if you look at the time to kill list here, there's a couple guns ahead of it that have issues, like the OTS-9. Very good on short range, like I was talking about, but there is a legitimate issue when you get to longer range. MP5 falls off horrendously at long range. Fennec, really hard to hit your shots at long range. Plus, the fire rate's insane, so you run out of ammo. Cold War MP5 falls off at long range. There's a lot of stuff that this gun does well. And the reason I say it falls off at long range on the Cold War MP5, the time to kill is faster than this one technically at range, but there's zero recoil on this. So that 0.5 of a millisecond that you're going to make up on it is like, you're not going to do, like, you're going to probably hit more shots with MP7 at the end of the day. I really like the MP7, and I'm very glad that they're balancing the game around this, because like, this is perfect right here in my opinion. It doesn't kill too fast up close. You got to hit your shots. If they can balance every gun to this, we'd be in a money situation. Love this gun right now. Let's go on to number 1. And coming in at number 1 today, guys, the C58 in Modern Warfare MP5. So, if you've been around the channel lately, I've been talking about this gun since it came out. I love this gun, and it is so underrated for a lot of people. The comp scene has kind of picked up on how good it is, and this Royal Cross 4 times has zero recoil. What I mean by that is, not that one, this one right here. Look at this. It's basically straight up. There is a very minimal recoil on this, guys. Like, you cannot go wrong. Shout out to JGod for all the testing that he does. If you guys don't already subscribe to him, make sure you guys do subscribe to JGod. This dude, literally, like, I don't know who found it in the community, but, like, the 4-time scope is minimal recoil. You can't go wrong with it, and it does stupid damage, especially if you hit headshots. Like, this gun, upper body shots, it's one of the fastest time to kills in the game. Has a little bit of a funky fire rate, but when they nerfed the 4 times, I don't know if it's going to be the best in the game, but it's definitely going to be viable still. Like, I liked it with the 3 times. Like, I've done many videos with the 3 times on it. It feels good with the 3 times, but we know they are going to nerf the damage at some point. So, once they nerf the damage, is it going to be the number 1 in the game? I don't know, but as of this second, man, I love this gun. I am in love with this gun. And then, the Modern Warfare MP5 is probably the most all-around gun right now in the game. Again, not surprised because it ran the game for like 8 months from like when this game came out in what, March or April to like literally the new year. So very good, guys. You can't go wrong with it. There's a couple different builds you can do with this gun. I've been testing this one out. This is what a lot of pro players run for the sleight of hand, but you can definitely do like one of my good old favorite builds was running the collapsible stock on it instead of the sleight of hand. So love it. It's super easy to use. When you aim down sight with it, there is like a weird range thing on it where the range falls off super hard. So make sure you are getting in buildings with this gun. But other than that, that's number 1, guys. Lots of good stuff happening over at Raven Software. Obviously, we're waiting on an anti-cheat. That's the big thing right now. But weapon balancing has been very solid from them lately. So I'll give them 2 thumbs up. Those are the top 5 plus 1, so 6 loadouts for you guys today to try out in Call of Duty Warzone. You don't have to use these guns specifically with each other. Like, you can put a different SMG with a different AR if you prefer it over the other, but it's the easiest way to get you guys 10 legitimate guns that are beasts right now. So, if you guys did like it, make sure you guys do drop a like on today's video, subscribe to the channel, closing in on 10K subs, and comment below what you guys want to see next. Is there any guns you guys want me to test head-to-head? Is there any more gameplays you guys want to see? Let me know, and I will do. I appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.